Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's game 2 of day number 2 here at the 2024 Class A Legion Baseball State Tournament in beautiful, cloudy, but beautiful Brookings, South Dakota. It's at Bob Shelden Field here on KYNTV. I am Brayden Butler, Bryce Ladwig in here as well, producing everything, but with Yankton on the field to Post 12, taking on Rapid City Post 22. Had to get the Yankton broadcasters back together as much as possible. I know you are wearing a lot of hats right now, Bryce, and none of them are on your head.
Hi, Mom.
Shout out to Bryce's mom.
There we go. No, I'm ready for another good day of baseball, Brayden. Obviously, Post 22, a very, very renowned baseball program. And Yankton then met last year in the state tournament. Yankton eliminated Post 22 from that tournament. And, Post 22 doesn't need any more motivation than that. But they also were upset by Brookings last night. And Post 22 has a lot of weapons in their arsenal. I'm expecting them to show them to us here today.
Yeah, second straight game for Yankton where the revenge arc is in play. They Yankton Post 12 lost to Renner yesterday in 10 innings. That one ended 7-6, a walk-off. Sullivan Schlimgen came home to score that walk-off run. I believe Zachary Dunham is the one who brought him in with an RBI to the outfield. But that was a revenge game because Yankton had walked off Renner not once but twice in the regular season. Now this is a Rapid City Post 22 team, the number 2 overall seed in the tournament, coming off of an upset against Brookings, who were the 7th seed, as well as last year, remembering that this is the same Yankton team, given a few changes to the lineups themselves. But this is the Yankton Post 12 team that eliminated them from this state tournament last year at Riverside in Yankton. Talked about the bracket a little bit already, but let's get into your bracket review brought to you by the Hampton Inn and Suites by Hilton. It's located next to I-29, a mile from Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium and the SDSU campus. It's also a 2-minute drive to conventions at the Dakota Bank Center. You can start your day with the free hot breakfast, work from your home with free Wi-Fi, and relax in the indoor pool. All at the Hampton Inn and Suites by Hilton and Brookings, the official state tournament hotel partner. I know we're staying there right now, Bryce. That breakfast in the morning is pretty darn good.
I had really good eggs this morning. I want to give them a shout-out. Yeah. Sausage yesterday was excellent.
I mean, you can't really mess up the bowl of frosted mini wheats I had this morning, but like the sausage, they had biscuits and gravy this morning. It was great out there.
There you go.
But let's get into that bracket review now. We'll start with yesterday's game. Sioux Falls East fell to Watertown Post 17, 4-2. I'll just give you the teams that moved on, actually. We're getting close to game time here. Watertown moved on, defeating Sioux Falls East Post 15. Harrisburg Gold defeated at Brandon Valley to move on to the winner's bracket. Renner over Yankton, and Brookings over Rapid City Post 22. So those 4 teams, Watertown, Harrisburg Gold, Renner Post 307, and Brookings Post 74. Those 4 teams are in the winner's bracket. Those games will start 4 p.m. tonight and 7 p.m. tonight. So far in the consolation bracket, the first game this morning, Brandon Valley Post 131. They went to extras against Sioux Falls East Post 15, and Brandon Valley won that one 4-1 over Sioux Falls Post 15, eliminating Sioux Falls East. Yankton Post 12 right now against Rapid City Post 22. The winner moves on in the consolation bracket. The loser will go home. Watertown Post 17, their game is up next against Harrisburg Gold. That's after this Yankton game at 4 p.m. And Renner Post 307 against Brookings Post 74 is the nightcap at 7 p.m. Brandon Valley has moved on to Game 10, which is at 4 p.m. tomorrow. They will face the loser of Game 7, which is Renner against Brookings. The winner of this game between Yankton Post 12 and Rapid City Post 22 will play again at 1 p.m. tomorrow against the loser of Game 7 between Watertown Post 17 and Harrisburg Gold Post 45. That's your look at the bracket. All that matters, though, is the game in front of both these teams. The starting lineups are being announced, so let's run through them. We'll start with Rapid City Post 22. They're the home team on the scoreboard as the higher seed here in the consolation bracket. Aiden Roberts will bat leadoff and play third base. Jace Morgan will bat second as the designated hitter. Harrison Good bats third as the center fielder. Alex Dietrich bats fourth as the first baseman. Hayden Hollick bats fifth, playing second base. Aaron Roach, the right fielder, bats sixth. Tate Crossweight, the left fielder, bats seventh. Philip Bentz is behind the dish at catcher. He bats eighth. And Dawson Inhofer rounds out the order, the shortstop batting ninth. Hayden Lighty will be on the mound, the starting pitcher today for Post 22 out of Rapid City. I believe they are, with the both teams being announced, they're about to go to the national anthem and the reading of the American Legion Creed, so we will go to that, and when we come back, we'll run through Yankton Post 12's lineup. This is the Class A Legion Baseball State Tournament on KYNTV. We'll be back after the Creed and the anthem.
At first base, John Whitcraft, and at third base, Greg Warren. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise and remove your hats for the reading of the American Legion Code of Sportsmanship. To recite the code, the chairman of the South Dakota State American Legion Athletic Commission, Mr. Lyle Tolsma.
Congratulations, guys. Good luck today, and hopefully the weather will hold out for us. Repeat after me. I will keep the rules, keep faith with my teammates, keep my temper, keep myself fit, keep a stout heart in defeat, keep my pride under in victory, keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Let's play ball.
They pulled the old switcheroo on me. This is the first game in the tournament that doesn't have the national anthem played before it. I guess every game on day one had the anthem for, opening day reasons.
Yeah, come on, Brayden.
They played the anthem before game one today, but looks like that is all for now. But they did read the American Legion Creed, and we are getting ready to go here for game number 2 of day number 2. One of these teams will get on the bus and go back home today. Whether it's Rapid City Post 22, the Hard Hats, or Yankton Post 12, we will wait and see. Tidbit of information, a big thank you to
The Brookings Friends of Baseball would like to recognize the Brookings Health System for its support of baseball in the community and for supplying the lead gift for the construction of the new Brookings Health System Outdoor Hitting Center. Serving the needs of Brookings and the surrounding communities, it's the Brookings Health System, recently named a top 20 rural community hospital for the 7th time in 8 years.
I wasn't about to cut off Tyler Merriam with that announcement. Sorry.
Would not cut off Tyler. He's a great guy. Works for SDSU. Even though I'm a
good announcement.
Even though he's a Yote and I'm a Jackrabbit, I like the guy a lot. And he's good at his job. But as we were saying, a little tidbit of information that came from the YouTube chat, actually. So if it's not true, blame the guy in the chat. But the guy or the man or woman in the chat, I should say. We got a lot of people watching. But Rapid City Post 22, 14-1 after a loss currently this year. So that is something to keep an eye on. Is Yankton going to be that too, or is Rapid City going to keep dancing here, going on into the future? We'll see in a couple minutes, but let's look at the lineup for Yankton Post 12. Leading off for them is the second baseman, Tate Bestie. Batting second, Lucas Kamshoff playing short. Batting third, Matthew Shelden playing first base today. Owen Washon will hit for himself, and he is the pitcher, batting fourth. Easton Fieser, the right fielder, batting fifth. Samuel Goki batting sixth, playing third base. Evan Sirk out in left field, batting seventh. Austin Goebel batting eighth, playing center field. And Gavin Johnson rounds out the order, batting ninth, playing catcher. That's your battery today. Johnson behind the plate, Washon on the mound. Your battery for Rapid City Post 22 is Phillip Bentz behind the plate. Hayden Leidy on the mound. And, of course, Rapid City Post 22 wearing their iconic red hard hats. Someone did ask me why they call themselves the Hard Hats, and I said, well, they wear hard hats. And when I was asked why they wear hard hats, I'm not as familiar with the reasoning behind that, but I said probably because they look cool.
I want to say it's something to do with was that Coach Plouffe or David Plouffe or something. I apologize. Someone in the comments correct me, but I know that it's been a historic tradition for quite a long time in Rapid City.
It is a staple of Post 22. First pitch from Leidy is low for a ball. We are underway. There's dark clouds in the sky. There's a rain system kind of in the area right now moving over us. We're keeping an eye on it. It's supposed to get a little heavier this evening, though, so that is the one we're really worried about here. But we're going to be playing baseball and bringing you coverage as long as we can. It's a 1-0 count from Leidy. Fires home. That one tad low as well. Ball 2, Bestie standing in the box. Number 25, the second baseman today. Started out in left field yesterday for Post 12. Leidy with the 2-0. That one misses as well. Ball 3. And I don't want to put the cart before the horse with Leidy, but first 3 pitches from him have been balls. And we've seen it quite often today where almost every team has had one pitcher that just doesn't seem to settle in right away. It takes them that inning or two out of the gate throughout this state tournament. It's a high-pressure situation, and sometimes that can lead to some jitters there early on the mound, but there he gets one by him for strike number 1. Here's the 3-1 from Leidy. That one misses. Ball 4. Tate Bestie takes first base on the walk, and that brings up a very dangerous hitter in Lucas Kamshoff.
Scouting report on Kamshoff all year. Good at baseball.
Kamshoff, I know fans in Yankton will know this, but if there's any other fans tuning in, or you're Rapid State Post 22 or just a fan of baseball, he is staying in Yankton to keep playing college ball. He'll be attending Mount Marty University. That one gets away from the catcher Benson. Bestie's going to scoot to second. So a runner in scoring position early off the pass ball. Kamshoff ahead in the count 1-0. Leidy trying to settle in on the mound. I remember calling Leidy's name last year in this state tournament. Of course, we had coverage of that on KYNTV as well, but I can't remember if it was the Yankton game or just the standalone first-round game that Post 22 had, and that's what I was covering. From my memory, a very, very good pitcher on the mound, so just need to settle in here. He's got great stuff.
Who ordered all this wind?
They were overstocked at the Wind store. 1-0 count here to Kamshoff. This one up the elevator shaft. That's behind the plate to the catcher Benz. He gets the mask off and scrambles near the net, and that will actually fall between the net and the awning and bounce up near our cameraman, Tehl Tanner. Went right over his left shoulder, it looked like. That is the closest a baseball has ever come to us. He's letting out a sigh of relief right now.
You don't get workman's comp for this, Tehl. Denied.
Well, I got a scrape on my wrist. I might apply when we're done here. It's a 1-1 count now to Kamshoff.
I don't know how to tell you this.
You are the boss. Leidy comes set with the 1-1. Checks runner at second. Checks him twice. Doesn't sneak a third peek. Leaves that one inside for a ball. 2-1 count now to Kamshoff. Leidy was working the lower part of the zone early on to Bestie, but that one trying to work inside to Kamshoff. Different scouting reports for different hitters. That one just missed the outer half. So trying to go east-west on him, but it's a 3-1 count to Kamshoff. And I assume with the pageantry and the tradition of Post 22, they got extensive scouting reports on basically everybody at this tournament. 3-1 to Kamshoff. That one misses for a ball. Back-to-back walks to start things brings Matthew Shelden to the plate. Shelden has been rotating between designated hitter and first base throughout the season. First base a lot more as of late. We're going to get a quick mound visit here. Coaching staff wants to come out and talk to Leidy on the mound. Too early for a change. Just trying to get him to settle in, get the nerves calmed down.
Oh, I believe that's also for future reference in this game. Pitching coach Kindred is what the comments were saying last night.
If that's the case, that's assistant Nick Kindred, one of the coaches on the staff. Kelvin Torvey, the manager, and the assistant coaches Nick Ewing and Nick Kindred.
And if we get anyone messed up, we sincerely apologize. I know Torvey.
Also listed on their roster is a bat boy, Brogan Ewing. So there you go. They got a bat boy with them too. If he's here today.
Second bat boy that you've talked about in this broadcast. What was the other one for Watertown? Phoenix?
Phoenix Thomas. We were told from the Watertown broadcaster, refers to him as the fastest bat boy in the East. Mound visit is over. Hayden Leidy still out there on the mound, trying to settle the nerves a little bit here early on. And he's going to step off, look Bestie back to second. The atmosphere in general has changed here at the ballpark. When the clouds rolled in, the wind calmed down. It almost added to the humidity, I want to say. It's a little more muggy. Might be making it a little more harder to grip that baseball. As that one misses for a ball, it's a 1-0 count now to Matthew Shelden, the 3-hole hitter. Owen Washon is on deck, the pitcher and the cleanup hitter today. Easton Feaser's in the hole. Quick look ahead at Yankton's lineup. Barring a triple play, we will see Washon. 1-0. That one misses the zone as well. They looks like they're working low on Shelden. It's over the plate. Must just be missing low.
Well, the humidity also doesn't help. We haven't had a home run over the first Bank of Trust big, easy fly zone.
I want someone to hit one out there so bad.
That's what I'm saying.
Haven't had a home run in general so far this tournament, I believe. The 2-0, that one's in there for a strike from Leidy. Shelden taking his time to step back in the box, readjust the glove a little bit. Taking a couple practice swings. Now he stands staunch, back of the box. Bestie starts to dance off a second. Gets Leidy's attention, forces him to step off the mound. I looked it up earlier in the year. I'm going to start using the main character from the movie Happy Feet to describe some of these runners at second base for post 12. I looked it up and forgot it. Shelden shows bunt, pulls back, it's a ball.
I look over, you're looking at like Disney movies, and I'm like, what are you doing?
What?
Getting references.
I'm getting references.
I'm prepping for this game.
I'm getting references for my random niche callbacks or something. I don't know. Bestie on second, Kamshoff on first. Nobody out, top of inning number 1. Yankton post 12, Rapid City post 22. It's an elimination game. The second elimination game of the day, and Shelden walks to load the bases for Owen Washon.
Come on, Ray. Give me on.
Pitcher number 3, Owen Washon.
Do see a little bit of action over in the post 22 bullpen. Can't see who it is because there's a tent over there blocking, but I see legs moving, throwing the ball back and forth. First pitch to Owen Washon. That clips the outer half for strike 1. 0-1 count now. Leidy ahead in the count. I think for the first time in this outing, he's ahead in the count. This one popped up out of play. Should make the count 0-2. Did I read the umpire's call wrong? Board in the outfield says 1-1, making me second guess myself. Oh, umpire behind the plate says 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Leidy. Checking the runners, taking his time. Now he'll fire home. This one popped up. It's an infield fly. Shortstop underneath of it. Every runner's just going to go back to their base. Infield fly rule was called, but it is gloved at the shortstop position by Dawson Inhofe. And that wind's picking up again. It looks like the rain's starting to come down. You can hear it above us.
Right fielder number 5, Easton Feeser.
Easton Feeser stepping up to the dish now. The right fielder, the left-handed hitter. This one shot into the right field gap. That's going to be the first hit of the game, and it's going to score the first run. Kamshoff's going to hold up at third, so runners move station to station, but it's an RBI single for Easton Feeser. That brings Bestie across to score. Kamshoff at third, Shelden at second, now Feeser at first. Samuel Goki to the plate. Right-handed hitter for Goki. Playing third base today, wearing the number 15 for post 12. Leidy trying to work out of this bases loaded jam on the mound with minimal damage. This one, a grounder to the second baseman. It could do it. 4-6 on its way to 3, and that will do it. A 4-6-3 double play. Hayden Leidy works out of the jam with minimal damage. One run doesn't come across for Yankton on one hit, no errors, and I believe 2 runners get stranded on base following the double play to end it. That does it for the top of inning number 1. Rapid City post 22, and their bats coming up when we come back. 1-0 Yankton leads. This is the American Legion Baseball State Tournament for Class A on KYNTV. We're back in 60 seconds.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep vets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back in here on KYNTV. Johnson with the throwdown means we are ready to go here in inning number 1. Bottom half of the inning, Yankton leads 1-0 as we come back. Aiden Roberts will lead off for post 22 out of Rapid City, followed by Jace Morgan, the designated hitter, and Harrison Good, the center fielder. That's the 3-batter minimum for post 22. They'd love for more than that to come to the plate, though, as they trail 1-0 after the top of the first. Owen Washon on the mound. Last time he was out there, no big deal, threw a no-hitter in the Super Regional matchup with Sioux Falls Post 15 West. All that while allegedly feeling under the weather, according to everybody we talked to. So there's no allegedly with him.
If you're being real.
If we're being honest, he was feeling under the weather. 0-2 count here if that second pitch is fouled off by Roberts. This one back up the middle, dropping, getting under it is Austin Goebel, but he'll let it drop in front of him. No need to let it go by him. That's a leadoff single for Aiden Roberts. Trying to get the party started early for post 22. Jace Morgan now to the plate, the designated hitter.
Designated hitter number 22, Jace Morgan.
Roberts at first, starting to get his lead. And they're going to throw over, trying to get him at the pickoff, but nothing doing. Forces him to dive back, and I almost lost all of my papers. I need these for reasons. This one, another hot shot at the middle. Diving effort by Kamshoff, not there in time. Scooped up by Goebel in center. Back-to-back singles. Put runners at first and second for post 22. Roberts and Morgan have singled. Harrison Good, what can you do for your team? KYNTV would like to recognize the corporate sponsor and partner of this state tournament, Brookings Auto Mall. Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Visit them today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of their record inventory. And of course, they're always open at brookingsautomall.com. That's why I need the papers. They got my ad reads on them. Get a quick visit here, not from the coach, but Matthew Shelden, the first baseman, and Tate Bestie, the second baseman, want to come talk to Owen Washon. How do they want to deal with this? 2 runners on. Double play ball would be the preferred scenario. It's how post 22 got out of last inning. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Well, Yankton would love to flatter post 22 with some imitation right now. First pitch in there for strike 1 from Washon. I take partial responsibility. I talked about Owen Washon's no-hitter in his last start, and the first 2 batters he faced get singles off of him.
I'm telling everyone to blame you.
That's usually how it goes. The 0-1, back up the middle, diving effort from Kamshoff, scoops it at short, over to second, no play at first, but a 6-4 putout will get the first out of the inning. And I didn't realize it at first. Matthew Shelden and Tate Bestie just kind of switched spots for a second there. Shelden was at second for some reason, but now he's back at first because he's the one that was covering the bag.
I guess I didn't notice that.
I didn't even notice either. It must have been after they talked to Washon, went back to separate positions. Is that? They just put on a shift. That's what it is. They didn't switch spots. They put on a shift, Bryce. Throw over to first, not there in time.
You're like embarrassed right now.
They just put on a shift. Right?
Never mind.
They shifted to the opposite sides of, they didn't switch places. They just shifted. Runners at the corners now with 1 down in the inning. Tying run 90 feet away, and this might get there. It's over the head of Kamshoff at short. That's going to be an RBI for Alex Dietrich. RBI single scores Aiden Roberts. We are all tied up at 1 apiece. Roberts comes around to score. Dietrich with the RBI single. Way to answer back here in the bottom of the first. Puts Harrison Good on second, Dietrich on first base. Good reach on that 6-4 fielder's choice. And that brings Hayden Hollick batting out of the 5 spot, the second baseman. It's a 1-0 count to him. First pitch missed for a ball from Washawn. 1-0. Chopper towards the third baseman. Goki scoops it up. Only play is at first. Fires across the diamond. Not in time. Able to beat it out at first. Hayden Hollick with the infield single. Bases are loaded. Washawn in a trouble spot with one down in the inning. Yankton's got to be looking for that double play ball. Aaron Roach steps up, the right fielder. Now post 22 had the longest travel of any team in this year's state tournament. Good crowd on hand for it anyway. 0-1 count after that first pitch was pumped by him for a strike by Washawn. Aaron Roach at the dish. The 0-1. Popped up, that's going to go foul out of play near the concession area. See a young child running after that baseball. 50 cents or a bag of popcorn here at the stadium. If you're listening at home and maybe coming to one of the games later, coming tomorrow, keep that in mind. The 0-2. This one, hard shot, Goki with the snag, and he's going to cover third with the tag, but a run will score. Goki potentially saves another run there, but still, post 22 takes the lead. That's Harrison Good who comes around to score the run. It's an RBI for Aaron Roach. Hollick moves to second as well. Tate Crossweight, the left fielder, steps up. 2-1, Yankton trails Rapid City. Post 22, the Hard Hats. A quick little meeting on the mound. Samuel Goki, the third baseman, wants to talk to Owen Washawn. Doubt anybody's making dinner plans this early in game 2. We already have ours set, don't we, Bryce?
Oh, yes.
This one, shot into left field, could score another one from Crossweight. It's scooped up in left. Cirque throws it in. It's not going to be there in time. One run comes across. It's an RBI double for Tate Crossweight. Another run for post 22 means they lead 3-0.
RBI double for Tate Crossweight.
Trying to map everything out in my scorebook. A couple fielders' choice groundouts have thrown off the scorebook a little bit, but that was Roach, I believe, who came across to score. Oh, excuse me, Roach is at second. Would have been Hollick who came across to score there. Roach is at third now after the double, with Crossweight at second. 3-1, post 22 leads.
Catcher number 11, Philip Bentz.
Was a quick little mound visit there, but no changes made. Bentz comes to the plate. The catcher, the 8-hole hitter. He gets on base. Post 22 will have everyone in their lineup come up in the top of the first. 3-1, they lead. 3 runs on 5 hits. 2 runners on, 2 down in the inning. Sean fires home. That one misses outside for a ball. It's a 1-1 count now to Bentz. The 1-1, over the head of Kamshoff. Another run's going to score, maybe 2. Bentz has 1 RBI. Coming home, crossing home plate is Tate Crossweight. Crossweight and Roach score on the 2 RBI single from Philip Bentz. Five to 1, post 22 leads. A lightning strike of a first inning from this post 22 squad. Poor choice of words given the weather, but I digress. Bunt attempted there from Inhofer, and he fouls it behind the catcher.
I will full-heartedly blame you if that happens.
I will elect to ignore it if it happens. 0-1 count after the foul ball off the bunt. Washawn shakes off a couple calls from Gavin Johnson, now likes something. The 0-1. Lifted a little high for a ball. It's a 1-1 count now from Washawn. This post 22 team has just come out of the gates swinging. That one fouled back into the net.
Oh, if you think that was loud, Brayden, because I know that's what you're talking about. The one almost hit our mic last game. Ooh. About 6 inches.
You got our crowd mic down there behind home plate. Sometimes the netting ripples the right way. It'll rub it a little bit, but outside of that, it's great for sound. Another foul ball here. 1-2 count now to Inhofer. Washawn checks the runner at first. That's Phillip Bentz. He just had 2 RBI single. He takes off for second. Johnson with the throw down. Bestie has to jump up for it. It's into center field. Bentz turns at second. He's heading to third. No throw to third. Goki waved off Goebel from the third base bag. No shot. No reason to try to get it out over there and risk throwing it away again. Bentz is safe at third. It was a steal of second and then scooting to third on the ball into center field. Inhofer now goes from having the run at first base to the run 90 feet away. Good RBI opportunity. He fouls that one back into the net.
If someone does hit the mic, Brayden, that's going to come out of your check.
Wasn't my idea.
It was your idea to put the mic down there?
Nope, not my idea.
Whose idea was it, Brayden?
Well, you're the boss. That one was inside. Ducking out of the way is Inhofer. Count goes full now. We'll get a payoff pitch. Leadoff hitter Aiden Roberts is on deck. This one, shot up the middle. That's another base hit and another run scores. 6-1. Rapid City Post 22 leads here in the bottom of inning number 1. That is Phillip Bentz coming around to score. Inhofer brings him in. He's at first base now. Aiden Roberts back to the plate. Single came around to score. That was to lead off this inning.
Aiden Roberts.
First pitch to Roberts in there for strike 1. Looks like a pitcher is going out to warm up in the Yankton bullpen. Cale Gary and Caden Hughes heading out there. Johnson with the throw down on the steal is second. Does not get the tag down. Bestie almost had him on the heel, but a steal is second from Dawson Inhofer. It is Cale Gary out there warming up. The 1-1 from Washawn. This is the zone, a little high for ball 2. It did rain for a moment, but that rain was here and gone so quick, all the wet spots in the concrete have already dried up. That one's in there for a strike from Washawn. 2-2 count now to Roberts.
The chat says the lightning would hit the cell phone tower and right anyway, so no one's in danger. Then my cell phone might not work, and that's an issue for me.
I need that for Game Changer. And that one's going to hit the hip of Aiden Roberts. He'll take first base on the hit by pitch. Jace Morgan now to the plate, singled, and was thrown out at second on a fielder's choice. That wind is starting to whip through the window again. I feel like a football coach or something when I do this on the sideline, Bryce. Kind of put my ad sheet up in front of the mic. Don't want anyone reading my lips. Don't know what play I'm calling.
We get the Andy Reid one.
This one, a hard shot into center field. Giving chase is Goebel. He's not going to get there. It's down. 1 run coming home. He's going to score. That's an RBI single. Advancing to second base on the hit is Jace Morgan. What an inning from Rapid City Post 22. 7-1 they lead. Morgan now at second. Roberts at third. And that was Inhofer who came across to score.
Number 14, Harrison Good.
Harrison Good reached on a 6-4 fielder's choice earlier this inning. Did come around to score a run. 7-1, Post 22 leads Yankton. Quick timeout's going to be taken, and it looks like they're going to have a conversation on the mound.
Yeah, while Coach Drew Lawrence comes out there to talk, I wanted to give a special thanks to one of our hands here for this tournament, Austin Cottle. You know, I just reminded that because he came in and changed a monitor battery. But going out to center field and braving the elements, whether it's the heat or possible lightning death, so Austin Cottle. nice job for us here at the tournament, so thank him.
We risk life and limb to bring you coverage here on KYNTV.
Yeah, these guys sure do.
Speaking of risking life and limb, Tehl Tanner's on our camera out there, our action cam. Remember that foul ball that somehow ended up over his shoulder? I don't know. It hit perfectly over the net, bounced, and then just had the right spin on it.
He does have my permission to lay down his life for that camera, Brayden. Protect the camera at all costs.
We're going to get a change on the mound. It's not Cale Gary who was warming up out in the bullpen. It's actually Samuel Goki stepping in from third base. So, I mean, most likely it means a straight swap. Washawn goes to third. Bestie will stay at second. That's the other position in the infield Washawn usually plays. That's why I'm bringing that up. But Goki on the mound. Washawn most likely to third. We're going to take a quick break here on KYNTV. Come back in 60 seconds. 7-1 post-22 leads here at the American Legion Class A State Tournament.
What's your big picture?
To actually have savings in my savings.
To pay at the pump.
To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait, to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun.
Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank & Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
Samuel Goki on the mound here. Bottom inning number 1. Owen Washawn moves from the mound to third base. We'll get you his final stats at the top of next inning. Goki trying to go to work. Rapid City post 22. 7 runs on the board here in the bottom of the first. They lead 7-1 over Yankton. 2 runners on, both in scoring position. Hard chopper to the shortstop, Kampshoff. He's up with it to potentially end the inning, and he does. A 6-3 putout ends the inning. But what a run of form from Rapid City post 22. Struggled a little bit last night, potentially got upset by the 7 seed. They came out swinging tonight. 7-1 your score after 1 here on KYNTV. This is the Class A Legion Baseball Tournament for the great state of South Dakota. Rapid City leads 7-1 over Yankton. We're back in 60 seconds on KYNTV.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep vets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
We're back live here on KYNTV. Hayden Lighty had a long break between the top of the first and now the top of the second inning. 7 runs come across the board for Rapid City post 22 in the bottom of the first. Now Lighty has a lot of wiggle room to work with. He doesn't want to give anything up here too early. Evan Sirk to lead things off, the left fielder. He's the 7-spot hitter. Sirk, Goebel, Johnson, that's your 3-batter minimum. Hard shot to the second baseman, throws over. Good scoop at first, in there in time. Good job from Dietrich at first, and the throw over from Hayden Hollick. 4-3 putout starts the second inning. Brings up Austin Goebel. Second part of your 3-batter minimum. Gavin Johnson after him. Puts the top of the order, Tate Bestie, officially in the hole. 1 down in the inning. 7-1, post 22 leads over Yankton post 12. Goebel, that one fouled off the roof.
Goebel. Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
You know, our comment section actually mentioned something weird. They asked how the bug situation is up here as I'm trying to kill as many flies as I can.
I've been hit with the fly swatter 3 times. Once because there was a fly on me. The 0-1, showing bunt, pulling back Austin Goebel.
I'm trying to end bloodlines up here of families of flies.
Of flies. Good job. Good save. 1-1 count now to Goebel. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in the inning. Yankton's got 1 run on the board. They want more. They trail 7-1. Goebel corks this one into right field, but it's going to be gloved deep in right field by the second baseman. Goebel tries to beat it out. Just gets there in the nick of time, does the throw. So that's Hayden Hollick over to Alex Dietrich again. Another 4-3 putout. That brings Gavin Johnson to the plate, and that was deep in the hole. I know second base and first base is the closest positions you can really get out there, but Goebel's got a lot of speed on the base pass. That's a tough play to get him.
Yeah, the throw had to be rushed a little bit. I think they realized, oh, this is one of the fastest guys in the state.
Fastest guys in the nation.
Actually, yeah.
Second place in Nationals in the sprint medley relay. It was him, Carson Ness, Connor Slava, and Dylan Payer. The 0-1. Inside for a ball. Gavin Johnson at the plate now. Lighty comes set with the 1-1. The 1-2 now, as that one is in there for strike number 2. I think I've noticed from Rapid City post 22 pitchers, they have a different mentality on the mound. They don't work maybe as quick as other teams. It's a more professional style of pitching. There's not wasted movement. It's efficient, it's effective. A lot of it's probably just due to the program itself. 3-1 count now to Johnson. He's taken all the way, and that one's in there for strike 2. Count goes full now to the Yankton catcher. We got a payoff pitch with 2 down in the inning. 7-1. Post 22 leads Yankton in the top of inning number 2. Lighty do the windup. Wheels and deals. This one chopped foul near the third base coaching box. It's going to roll to the dugout. It's going to bounce off the fence in front of post 22. So that's going to be a Rapid City coach who has to take care of that one. Payoff pitch again. Johnson. Chopped back to the pitcher, Lighty. Scoops it up, flips it over to first, and that does it for the inning. A 1-2-3 inning all via the ground out. 4-3, 4-3, and 1-3. Those are the putouts. Top of the order will be due back up for Yankton when they come back to the bat. Due up for Rapid City. I gotta remember, I believe it's Alex Dietrich. They batted around. My scoreboard's a little mixed up. We'll get it exactly for you when we return. 7-1. Rapid City post 22 leads, heading into the bottom of inning number 2. This is the Class A Legion Baseball State Tournament on KYNTV. Back in 60 seconds.
What's your big picture?
To actually have savings in my savings.
To pay at the pump.
To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait, to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun.
Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank & Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
Welcome back in here, KYNTV. Brayden Butler, Bryce Ladwig here for us today. You doing good, Bryce?
Try to kill these bugs, man. It's like my sole focus.
That and, you know,
bugs and then baseball.
And producing everything.
Yeah.
Leading off this inning, it is Alex Dietrich. I kept track of at least one thing in my scorebook. It was a hot start in inning number 1. 7 post 22 players came across to score. They lead 7-1 here in the bottom of the second. Dietrich Trying to add to that here. Fouls that one off down the right field line, out of play. The 1-1 count now. Goki throws it home. Dietrich pops it up. Shortstop Kamshoff has his heels in the grass, and he will glove it for the out. P6 in the scorebook is how we start things here in inning number 2. That brings up Hayden Hollick. Singled, came around to score last inning.
Second baseman number 20, Hayden Hollick.
First pitch from Goki to Hollick. That's in there for strike 1. Sun's coming back out here in Brookings. It's like the clouds never happened. Hopefully it stays that way. The 0-1. Shot up the middle, gloved by Kamshoff at shortstop. Goes down to a knee to grab it, but 2 outs, both of them on flyouts. Pop out and line out to the shortstop, Lucas Kamshoff. That brings up Aaron Roach. Brought in a run on a fielder's choice, and then came around to score a run himself in the first inning.
We are working on bringing the pitcher camera back, so just be patient with us.
That one misses for a ball. 1-0.
It's all Tehl Tanner's fault.
Thank you for being patient with us. We appreciate it. The 1-0 swung on. Got a piece of it back into the glove, so it's a 1-1 count after the foul tip. Bunt down. Goki will scoop it up at the mound. Throw over to first. In there in time. So 1-2-3 inning for Samuel Goki and Yankton post 12. They still trail 7-1. Trying to change that when we come back here on KYNTV. It'll be the top of the 3rd when we return. This is the 2024 Class A Legion Baseball State Tournament from Bob Shelden Field in Brookings. We'll be back on KYNTV in 60 seconds.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep vets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
Back in here on KYNTV. A little harmonizing there, Bryce. I didn't harmonize with you, I'm sorry. But we are getting back here on KYNTV. Tate Bestie to lead things off. Hayden Lighty still on the mound. KYNTV would like to recognize the corporate sponsor and partner of this state tournament, First Bank and Trust. Find out how First Bank and Trust can help you bank easier at bankeasy.com or visit them at 520 6th Street right here in Brookings. First pitch from Hayden Lighty to Tate Bestie. That's in there for strike 1. Bestie led it off the first inning with a walk, came around to score. He's the 1 run on the board for Yankton right now. Lighty is settled in since that start, walking a couple batters. That one misses low for a ball. Lighty walked the first 3 batters. Since then, it has been out, single, out, 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 out. This one, chopped to the shortstop. Up with it, fires across the diamond in time. That's a 6-3 putout from Dawson Inhofer. That retires Tate Bestie. Top of inning number 3, Lucas Kamshoff now to the plate. Shortstop reached on a walk and was stranded at third base back in the first inning. First pitch to Kamshoff, shot to the shortstop Inhofer. And one shortstop grounds out to another. There's 2 down for Yankton. Matthew Shelden out of the plate. Rapid City post 22 trying to keep working quickly here.
All right, our camera is back, Brayden.
First baseman number 18,
Awesome.
Matthew Shelden.
This is the thing we love to see. First pitch to Shelden, nobody on, 2 down in the inning. He pops that one up out of play. The 0-1 pitch from Lighty. Fouled back into the net again. Well, the first one was over the net, but fouled off again. 0-2 count now for Shelden. The 0-2, Lighty through his windup, wheels and deals. Hard shot, this time to the second baseman. 4-3 put out will end it here in the top half of inning number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Hayden Hollick links up with the first baseman, Alex Dietrich, for the final out of the top of the third. Rapid City Post 22 back at bat when we return to the bottom half. 7-1, they lead here on KYNTV. We'll be back in 60 seconds with more coverage from the Class A American Legion Baseball State Tournament.
What's your big picture?
To actually have savings in my savings.
To pay at the pump.
To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait, to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun.
Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank & Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
Leading off this half inning for Rapid City Post 22 is Tate Crossway. Had an RBI double and a run scored back in the first inning. He's ahead in the count 1-0. Samuel Goki on the mound going into his second full inning of work. Came in and got the last out of the first inning after 7 runs had come across for Post 22. This one, fly ball out to left field, will be gloved in left by Evan Sirk for out number 1.
Now batting the catcher number 11, Philip Bentz.
That brings Philip Bentz to the plate. 2 RBI singles, stole a base, came around to score. He had a busy first inning. Puts Dawson Inhofer on deck. They round out the 3-batter minimum after the leadoff flyout from Tate Crossway. 7-1, Post 22 leads. A dominant first inning. And Yankton finds himself in a similar position they had yesterday, where they had to battle back from an early deficit. They were able to force extra innings, but it ended up being Renner who took the lead in the 10th for the win on a walk-off. This one popped up towards the first baseman. That's glove for out number 2. Matthew Shelden gloves the infield pop-up, and that retires Philip Bentz. Dawson Inhofer now. RBI single, stolen base, score a run. Active first inning for him as well, trying to get something going here in the third. First pitch from Goki. Swung on and missed for strike 1. The 0-1. Outside for a ball. 1-1 now from Goki. The loser of this game will be the second team eliminated from this year's tournament. Sioux Falls East fell to Brandon Valley in extra innings, 4-1. That means East is done. The first team eliminated. One of these teams will join them. If the scoreboard remains how it is, it will be Yankton who will be taking the bus trip home. This one, fly ball to right field, giving chase as Easton Feeser. It's going to drop in front of him for a base hit. The wind blowing in. Feeser may have thought that one was going to fly a little farther than it ended up doing. Had to get on his horse to try to catch it. That brings top of the order Aiden Roberts to the plate.
Third baseman number 10, Aiden Roberts.
Roberts has a single, a run scored. He was hit by a pitch as well, all in the first inning. Goki checks the runner at first. Now comes set. He'll fire home the 0-1. Throw down to second, steal attempted by Inhofer. Tag down, not in time. Tate Bestie thought he got it down in time, but sliding in safely on the steal is Dawson Inhofer. Close play at second puts a runner in scoring position. Roberts now with a shot to a gap. Could score another run for post 22. That one started to check. I didn't hear it hit anything. But they gave a strike, so it must have went around enough. Unless it tipped off the knob of the bat and it was just silent. It's a 1-2 count. 1-2 for Goki. Looking to get out of this third inning of work. That one's outside for a ball, make it 2-2. Yankton trailing 7-1 in the bottom of the third. Need to start getting a rally going in the top of the fourth. Need to get there first. Goki comes set for the 2-2. He's going to look the runner back to second. Inhofer was getting a huge lead, but he was off the bag. Goki fires home the 2-2. This one on the ground to the shortstop, Kamshoff. He charges it, up with it, over to first in time for the out. A 6-3 putout is how we end inning number 3. One hit, no runs, no errors. One runner gets left on base. Rapid City Post 22 leads Yankton 7-1 as we head to the top of the fourth. Post 12 bats when we return. This is the Class A American Legion Baseball State Tournament on KYNTV. We're back in 60 seconds.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep vets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back in here, KYNTV. Owen Washon to lead off the inning. Popped out to the shortstop back in the first. Trying to get these runs going for Yankton. They trail 7-1 to Rapid City Post 22. 7 runs across the board in the bottom of the first for Post 22. 8 runs total in the first inning. All 8 runs of this ball game came in the first inning. It's been 4 scoreless frames since. Post 22 wants to make it 5. Yankton wants to change that and hang a crooked number. The 1-0. That one outside for a ball, 2-0. Now, when I say crooked number, I mean Yankton wants at least 1 run, right? Yes. Is the number 1 crooked? If you put like the base and the like slanted hat on it, yeah, but like you just write a number 1 straight up and down, it's not crooked, it's straight. That one,
the thoughts of Brayden Butler.
Bounces away near the concession stand off the foul ball from Washon. You don't want to get in this mind.
Dude, the flies up here are getting smarter. Word is spreading.
Or I'm getting dumber. The 2-1. In there for strike 2. Hayden Lighty's still on the mound going into his 4th inning of work. Got into a bit of trouble in the first inning, 3 straight walks to open things up, but once he's settled in, he's showing the great stuff he's got. The 2-2. Popped up in foul territory behind the first base bag, and it will go out of play. Actually land in the Yankton dugout. We'll do it again, 2-2. Washawn steps in, taps the plate with his bat. Lighty taking his time. Now wheels and deals with the 2-2. Outside for a ball. Count goes full. Get you a quick stat update on Hayden Lighty on the mound after this at-bat. Payoff pitch coming. This one into center field. Getting under, though, is the center fielder Good, and he will glove it for out number 1. F8 in the scorebook brings up Easton Feeser, an RBI single in his first at-bat. The only run so far was brought in by Feeser. Lighty,
Number 5, right fielder.
through 3 1/3 innings pitched now. Has allowed 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. He hasn't struck anybody out and has the 3 walks. He's on 45 pitches. He's been putting the ball in play. There just seems to be a Rapid City Post 22 defender there to make the play. Haven't found the gaps quite yet. 0-1 count at the first pitch is pumped by him for a strike. Lighty with the 0-1. Swung on. There's one in the gap. That's going to be down for a base hit. Second hit of the game. Both of them by Easton Feeser. He's on first base with a 1-out single. Samuel Goki to the plate now.
Feeser seeing the ball well today. You'd like to see that for Yankton.
The pitcher, number 15, Sam Goki.
Feeser's happy to be seeing the ball well. We know when he's seeing it, he can absolutely crush it. Tied for the team lead in home runs in the regular season. I think ended up leading the team, or second on the team in RBI behind Cam Schaff. One of the two of them. Actually, no, he ended up beating out Cam Schaff for the RBI lead at the end of the regular season. That one low and away for a ball. Samuel Goki at the plate now. Grounded into a double play to end the first inning. He's also on the mound pitching now. Started at third base, but came in with 1 out remaining in the bottom of the first. That was a 7-run first inning for Post 22. That led to the switch. Been held scoreless since, has Rapid City. Top inning number 4. It's a 2-0 count. Second pitch missed for a ball as well to Goki. And Lighty stepping off. Goki stepping out, taking a little more time between this pitch. Here comes the 2-0. Lighty fires home out of the stretch. That one clips the inner part of the zone for a strike. 2-1 now to Goki. Goki starting to go around, holds up in time.
If you're wondering what's wrong, Brayden, it's a fly thing again, okay?
Okay. I need to stop worrying that's an equipment issue and realize what the real...
He's like freaking out over here. They're wearing Kevlar or something. I don't know.
They're wearing Kevlar. It's a 3-1 count to Goki. That one low for ball 4. He'll take first base. Runners at first and second. Feeser on second, Goki on first. That brings up Evan Sirk. And we're going to get a mound visit here. Coach to come out and talk to Lighty on the mound. Philip Benz is going to come to the plate from home plate. Come to the mound from home plate. I will get there eventually, I promise you. It's a 7-1 game here. Rapid City Post 22 leads Yankton Post 12. This is an elimination game as well. Whoever loses this game will take the bus ride home. Sioux Falls Post 15 East was the first team eliminated. That game started at 10 a.m. this morning. 4-1 in extra innings. Brandon Valley defeated them. With Aiden Zur pitching a great game on the mound. Zur, commit of Notre Dame University. Word is they don't give out scholarships to people who are bad at baseball, and Zur proved that one. A great outing on the mound in game 1. Hayden Lighty, after getting settled after an opening 3 walks, has been doing a great job as well on the mound here for Post 22. First pitch missed for a ball. Here's the 1-0 to Sirk, the left-handed hitter. There's a lefty on deck as well with Austin Goebel. Gavin Johnson in the hole, 1 down in the inning. That one's in there for a strike. Lighty starting to pump the gas, even in this economy. The 1-1. This one popped up. Drifting back is the third baseman. He's still in the infield dirt, and he will glove it for out number 2. It's Aiden Roberts with the glove there, and brings up Austin Goebel. Goebel grounded out to the second baseman back in the second inning. 2 down now in inning number 4. It's the top half, 7-1. Post 22 leads Yankton.
Got him.
Yankton scored 1 in the top of the first. Post 22, 7 in the bottom of the first. And it's been scoreless since. Goebel with a shot to change that with the lead runner on second. 2 on right now for Yankton. In scoring position is Fieser. 1-0. Inside to Goebel. Make it 2-0. Gavin Johnson waiting in the on-deck circle. Goebel's able to get on. We will see Johnson, and then after him it'd be the top of the order, Tate Bestie. Lighty taking his time, checking the runners. Now fires home with a 2-0. That one's in there for a strike. Make it 2-1. Lighty comes set, checking the runner a second. They're going to fake the throw back, make Fieser dive in there safely. This deliberate approach on the mound that talked about a little earlier, more pro style from a lot of post 22 pitchers that we've seen. Get in the head of the batter. You're sitting there, you're waiting, you're in your stance. Then that pitcher fires home. Goebel was waiting on that one though, puts it into left center field for a base hit. Fieser comes around third. He is going to come home to score as there's no throw from the outfield to home plate. Runners at first and second now. The RBI single for Austin Goebel makes it 7-2. Moves Goki over to second, brings Fieser around to score, and Gavin Johnson will take his spot at the plate.
Now batting for Yankton, number 22, catcher Gavin Johnson.
Johnson standing in the back of the box, waiting for the first pitch from Lighty. That one low for a ball. 1-0 count now to the post 12 catcher. Yankton back on the board. First run for either team since the first inning. Still got a hill to climb, does post 12. 7-2, Rapid City post 22 in control of this one. Lighty fires home. Outside for a ball, 2-0. Lighty doesn't want to walk the bases loaded here, especially with the top of the order due up. Bestie, Kamshoff, Shelden. Those are the next 3 in the lineup. No guarantee we see any of them this inning. That one's in there for strike 1 to Gavin Johnson. Lighty checking Goki at second. Comes home to Johnson. That's in there for strike 2. You know, Bryce, every baseball season's about peaks and valleys, but Gavin Johnson at one point had one of the highest peaks of anybody with the bat for post 12. There's a couple-week stretch in there.
And the high school season, the end of it.
It was that into high school, into the Legion season. He was really swinging the bat well. But he watches that one go by, clips the outer part of the zone. Strike 3. Hayden Lighty sets him down looking to end the top of inning number 4. 1 run does come across on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners get left on base. 7-2, Rapid City post 22 leads Yankton post 12. This is the Class A Legion Baseball State Tournament on KYNTV. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th in 60 seconds.
What's your big picture?
To actually have savings in my savings.
To pay at the pump.
To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait,
to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun.
Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank & Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
Welcome back in here on KYNTV. Leading off this half inning for Rapid City Post 22 is Jace Morgan. Had a single, had two singles and an RBI in the first inning. Trying to read my own hieroglyphics with how I formatted that first inning as Rapid City batted around and then some in that bottom half. First pitch is a ball from Samuel Goki. That one's in there for strike one, though. It's a 1-1 count now to Jace Morgan. Harrison Good on deck. Alex Dietrich in the hole. That is your three-batter minimum for Post 22 out of Rapid City. And that one will plunk him. Jace Morgan going to first base on the hit by pitch. Leadoff base runner for Post 22 brings Harrison Good to the plate. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Came around to score a run.
The hit batter brings up the center fielder, number 14, Harrison Good.
Good was the final out of the first inning, but he was the 12th Rapid City batter to come to the plate. Dominant first inning for Post 22. Really got the bats going early. And Good trying to keep it that way. This one into left center field. It'll drop for a base hit. Giving chase is Evan Sirk. He scoops it up. Runner on his way to third. It's a double here for Harrison Good. Jace Morgan in safely at third. So it's two runners in scoring position for Post 22. That brings up Alex Dietrich. RBI single in the first and then popped out to the shortstop Lucas Kampshoff in the second.
First baseman number 27, Alex Dietrich.
Goki taking his time to get back on the rubber. He's working out of the windup now with no threat of a steal with runners on second and third. This one popped up. Kampshoff was giving chase, but it's deep enough into center field. Goebel will glove it. They'll fire it in. There was a tag from third for a second, but hustling back is Jace Morgan. And Goebel threw his whole body into that one and might have rolled up weird. He's holding that left ankle. He's back to his feet trying to work it out. Not something you want to see Austin Goebel. Fastest guy on the team, one of the fastest guys in the state. He patrols center field for a reason. He covers a lot of ground. Looks like he's going to stick around out there. So he put his whole body into that throw. Went down to the outfield grass after the throw, but he's back up and good, setting it back up in center field. Needed everything in that throw. It helped Jace Morgan at third. That brings up Hayden Hollick. Hollick, a single, a run scored, and a line out so far in this one. This one on the ground to the shortstop, Kampshoff. No play at home. Fires the first in time, 6-3 put out. They're not going to throw back across the diamond, so advancing from second to third is Harrison Good. Jace Morgan comes in to score. Another run for Rapid City, 8-2. They increase their lead back to 6. That brings up Aaron Roach. Brought in a run on a fielder's choice. It was a ground out to the third baseman who just tapped the bag. And then came around to score a run himself back in the first inning. And a ground out to the pitcher is what ended the second. This one, chopper foul down the third base line, out of play. Rattles up along the fence. The 0-1 from Goki. Bunt shown, doesn't pull it back in time.
You know what's weird, Brayden? We talked about the no home runs so far in this entire state tournament. I think at day one of the state tournament last year in Yankton, I think we had like 10.
Yeah, there was a lot of bombs. Oh, they're going to say he did pull back the bunt in time, so my apologies there. It's a 1-1 count. They get that housekeeping thing out there. But yeah, no, the home runs are at a premium right now here in Brookings. That one's in there for a strike 1-2. I mean, you'd think when they sponsor the big fly zone out in right field, guys.
I was expecting big flies. Not the kind in the booth.
There have been in the booth. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Samuel Goki gets the punch out here to wrap things up in inning number 4. But not before one run comes across, one runner gets left on base. There was a hit in there as well. No errors. We go to the top of inning number 5. 8-2, Rapid City leads Yankton here in the Class A Legion Baseball State Tournament. We're back in 60 seconds on KYNTV.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep bets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
Back in here on the top of the 5th inning for Yankton. Tate Bestie, the leadoff hitter, in the order and for the inning. Bestie has reached on a walk, come around to score, and grounded out so far in this one. Top of inning number 5, he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Hayden Lighty still out there going to work on the mound. Lighty with the 0-1, wheels and deals. In there, strike 2. It's a quick 0-2 hole for Bestie. Hayden Lighty in the Rapid City Post 22 hard hats, leading 8-2 here in the top of the 5th. 7 of those runs coming in the bottom of the 1st. 1 run last half inning. Bestie pops this one up. Bence starts to give chase, but doesn't even take the mask off. It's out of play. Do 0-2 again here for Bestie after that foul ball. The 0-2 pitch. This one popped up again. Bence pops up and watches it go out of play again. Getting deja vu here. This is the 3rd 0-2, and we've had back-to-back foul balls over the net. The 0-2, Mark 3. Swung on, tried to hold up, doesn't get there, doesn't hold up in time. So it's a strike 3 on the swing from Bestie. There's the punch out for Hayden Lighty. He starts the 5th the same way he ended the 4th. Lucas Kampshoff now to the plate. 0 for 1 officially with a walk and a ground out to the shortstop. Lighty deals this one out to right field. Backpedaling a little bit is the right fielder, but he will glove it for the out. That's Aaron Roach out there with the glove. That's 2 down now in the inning. Rapid City Post 22 trying to maintain this 6-run advantage they have, and Hayden Lighty doing a good job on the mound of just that. F9 in the scorebook for Kampshoff brings up Matthew Shelden. Has a walk and a ground out so far in this one, so 0 for 4 in the 0 for 1 for him in the official stat sheet. First pitch to Shelden. In there, strike 1. Lighty working the low part of the zone again. He was just missing his spot early on, but he's starting to find the zone. He has started to find the zone, and that one gets away from Bence there. Might have hit off the leg guard. No runners on, so no harm done. Hayden Leidy with the 1-1. He winds up, fires home. This one popped up and out of play. Foul ball makes it 1-2 to Shelden. They're trying to get a ball back into Leidy from the dugout. Threw it out of reach of him. I'll give it back to the home plate umpire. Hand delivered from Phillip Bentz behind the plate. Here's the 1-2 from Leidy. Misses high for a ball, 2-2. You know, I got nothing else to go off of for this assumption, but after watching how Phillip Bentz handed the ball back to the umpire, seems like a good kid.
Yeah. That was my...
I just assume everybody's a good kid until they prove me otherwise, and that was a great pitch from Hayden Leidy. Finds the zone, bottom corner away, and that will put him away for inning number 5. 2 strikeouts this inning for Leidy. 3 up, 3 down. No hits, no runs, no errors. Nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 8-2. Rapid City Post 22 leads Yankton. We'll be back with more coverage of the Class A Legion Baseball State Tournament on KYNTV back in 60 seconds.
What's your big picture?
To actually have savings in my savings.
To pay at the pump.
To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait, to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun.
Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank & Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
Welcome back in here. KYNTV, Rapid City Post 22 leads Yankton Post 12, 8-2 in our second elimination game of the day for the Class A Legion Baseball State Tournament. First pitch swinging on the ground to Tate Bestie at second. Batter will be retired. That's Tate Crossway leading things off. And that brings Phillip Bentz to the plate.
Number 11, the catcher.
Bentz so far in this one has a 2 RBI single, a stolen base, a run scored, and a pop out to the first baseman. Busy day for Bentz. 4-3 put out for Crossway. 1 down now in the inning. Goki gets him swinging on that first pitch. Strike 1, 0-1 count now to Bentz. Crossway batted first, Bentz bats second, and Dawson Inhofer is currently on deck, so that's your 3-batter minimum for Post 22 out of Rapid City. This one into right field. Feeser giving chase. It will drop in front of him. He'll let it too hot, but he will glove it. That is a single for Phillip Bentz, his second single of the day. He's taken off for second before, so that's something that this Yankton team has to keep an eye on.
Number 18, Dawson Inhofer.
Inhofer to the plate. Goki comes set, working out of the stretch now. He fires home. This one out near right field again, but this one out of play. Always love the foot race of young children trying to chase down those foul balls.
50 cents or a bag of popcorn?
Shoot, that's more than anything when I'm 12.
I forgot to ask again if we could barter.
Barter with the popcorn. That one inside, runner goes. Johnson with the throw down. Bestie trying to get the tag down, and the ball just went over his glove as he was trying to do it all in one motion. Steal of second base from Phillip Bentz. Backing up the play was Lucas Kamshoff, so does not roll into center field. But a stolen base from the Rapid City Post 22 catcher. Got some good wheels on him for a catcher. You don't always see that. 2-1 home. Hot shot back up the middle. Goki tries to get a glove on it, but dances out of danger. Runners are going to stay at the corners. That is a single for Dawson Inhofer, and it moves Phillip Bentz to third base. Top of the order now up with Aiden Roberts. Jace Morgan on deck and Harrison Good in the hole. One down in the inning. Runners at the corners for post 22, trying to increase their 6-run lead. 8-2 your score here in the bottom of the fifth. And they're going to try to lay down the bunt is Roberts, but it's going to kick foul. Roberts gets back into the batter's box. We'll see if he shows bunt again. Owen Washon at third base is playing up, just in case he tries to lay another one down. The 0-1, he does look for another one. This one to the right side of the infield. Goki doesn't have a play at home, fires to first. A sac bunt will score a run and move the runner to second base as well. That's an RBI for Aiden Roberts, and it brings in Phillip Bentz. Sacrifice RBI. Moves Inhofer to second and brings Benson to score. 9-2. Rapid City post 22 now leads Yankton in this one. Brings in Jace Morgan. As a pair of singles, an RBI, and a hit by pitch. A run scored. He takes that one for ball one. Goki staring down the runner Inhofer at second. He's going to step off to look him back. Nobody was covering the bag, but a bit of gamesmanship from Goki. Pitch in there for a strike. It's a 1-1 count now to Morgan. 1-1. Fouled into the net, out of play. It's going to drop back behind the catcher, but it'll be picked up by the man in the on-deck circle, Harrison Good. One-two count now. Goki trying to get out of the inning with only one run of damage. 2 down. Strikeout here will do it. Hot shot down the left field line, out of play. That one might have hit off a Rapid City's bus. Have to move that thing, especially if...
I can't do the joke like we do at Riverside and be like, right into Brayden Butler's windshield.
My car's not here, thankfully. Jace Morgan almost had to pay for a new window on the Rapid City Post 22 bus. This one drifting into left field. Kampschoff on the run, makes the grab. 9-2 your score as we end inning number 5. Yankton trails by 7. Work to do and not a lot of time to do it. We go to the top of the 6th here on KYNT in a 7-run ball game on KYNTV. This is the Class A Legion Baseball State Tournament. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep vets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back in here, KYNTV. 9-2, Rapid City Post 22 leads. Yankton trying to change that here in an elimination game.
Sorry, I was talking business.
Yeah, we had an off-air production meeting. Usually those are on air. We'll spare you the details. This was a hot shot back up the middle. One hops, gloved by the shortstop, fires across in time. Inhofer off the one hop, was able to get it from a shortstop position. That is a 6-3 put out to start things. That was Owen with Sean leading things off.
Right fielder number 5, Easton Feeser.
6 of the last 7 batters. That Lighty is faced on the mound. He has retired. Feeser is the only man to get, has 2 hits off of him already, but he will not get a third. That one is a fly out to center field. First pitch swinging for Feeser. That brings Samuel Goki to the plate. It's a ground ball into a double play and a walk so far in this one. We'll stranded at second base after that walk.
Pitcher number 15, Sam Goki.
Goki steps into the box. 9 runs on 12 hits for Post 22. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error for Yankton. That one in there for strike 1 to Goki. Lighty has settled in well and shown just how good he is on the mound. This one popped up right side. It's in the outfield. In that no man's land, but the right fielder will come in and glove it. Aaron Roach calls everybody else off, calls off the dogs, and gloves it for out number 3. 9-2 your score as we head to the bottom of inning number 6 here on KYNTV. Rapid City leads by 7. And Post 22 is going to look to add to that when we come back. In 60 seconds, this is the Class A Legion Baseball State Tournament on KYNTV. Back in 60.
What's your big picture?
To actually have savings in my savings.
To pay at the pump.
To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait, to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun.
Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank & Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
Welcome back in here on KYNTV. Got a pitching change here for Yankton Post 12. Cale Gary stepping out on the mound. He will do battle with the Rapid City Post 22 batters. Post 22 will be led off here by Harrison Good. Careless whisper plays through the stadium loudspeakers. As we wait for Harrison Good to step into the batter's box for the first pitch of the inning, KYNTV would like to recognize the corporate sponsor and partner of this state tournament, First Bank & Trust. Find out how First Bank & Trust helps you bank easy at bankeasy.com or visit them at 526th Street right here in Brookings. It's an entire tournament right here at Bob Shelden Field. I'm Brayden Butler. Thank you for joining us so far today. Tehl Tanner the call for Game 1. He'll be back for Game 3 of this tournament.
Center fielder number 14, Harrison Good.
Cale Gary with the windup. Wheels and deal to Harrison Good. And the first pitch misses low for a ball. It's the first pitch for Gary today. Of course, Bryce Ladwig, our producer entirely, as well as chiming in on the broadcast when available. And Austin Cottle, our on-site technician. 4-man crew out here trying our best to make sure we give you the best coverage possible on KYNTV for this Class A Legion Baseball State Tournament. A 2-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. Gary gets one over and past Harrison Good. Good, Dietrich, Hollick. That's your 3-batter minimum for Post 22. That's in there for strike 2 from Cale Gary. And it looks like good wasn't set yet in the box as Gary was starting to go through his windup. The 2-2 now from Cale Gary. Inside, hits the batter. And Harrison Good will take first base on the hit by pitch.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Good. Sorry, everyone.
You're welcome.
I also realized the angle was just... it was the zoomed out one.
That's okay.
It wasn't a black screen, so we're good.
Oh, that's good.
Alex Dietrich.
Alex Dietrich steps up to the plate now. RBI single, a pop out and a fly out so far. This one on the ground, gets past the shortstop Kamshoff. It'll be a base hit. Taking a turn at second is Harrison Good, but he'll scurry back to the bag. Hit by pitch and a single puts runners on first and second with nobody out. Rapid City post 22, 9-2 advantage here in this elimination game, bottom of inning number 6. 13 hits for post 22 compared to 3 for post 12. Hayden Leidy has had a great day on the mound for post 22. First pitch misses for a ball to Hayden Hollick. Hollick has a single, a run scored, and an RBI on this one. 1 for 3 on the scorebook. Gonna make it 2 for 4. That one back into the net, out of play. One, sent into the outfield. Goebel giving chase from his center field spot. Fieser there as well. Goebel calls him off, gloves it with the left hand, fires in. It's in there to Kamshoff at short, holds the runner at first, but the runner will tag from second, head to third. Harrison Good now at third. Alex Dietrich at first after the fly out to center field by Hayden Hollick. One down in the inning with runners at the corners for Aaron Roach. Roach hasn't recorded a hit on the day, but reached on a fielder's choice, brought in a run, and came around to score so far in this one. So even without an official hit, he has done his job well today. That one in there for a strike, 0-1 count now to Roach. Tate Crosswade on deck, Phillip Benson in the hole. Runners on third and first. It's Good on third, and Dietrich on first. 0-1 right back at Cale Gary. Goes off his glove. Still going to try to tag for the double play. They get the 4-3 double play, so even though Gary couldn't glove it initially on the comebacker, it is a 4-3 double play thanks to Tate Bestie at second base, linking up with Matthew Shelden. That does it for the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. 2 runners get left on base. 9-2, post 22 leads. Yankton, its last call. Top of the 7th when we return, 60 seconds away here on KYNTV.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep our main streets thriving.
To help end hunger.
To provide hospitality beyond expectation.
To remain an industry leader.
If business success is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust simplifies banking so you can stay focused on what matters most.
To keep vets all over the world looking this good.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes growing your business easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back in here, KYNTV. Getting a pitch hitter leading off this inning. That's Easton Nelson in for Evan Sirk.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for Yankton to lead off the top of the 7th is number 4.
And it looks like we got a pinch hitter behind him, too. Is in the on-deck circle for Austin Goebel is Mark Cottle. First pitch here to Nelson. Takes it for strike one. Nelson getting his first look at Leidy here. This is potentially the last half inning of baseball. 9-2 lead. Rapid City post 22 has the advantage over Yankton post 12. This is an elimination game. As the score stands, Yankton will be sent home after this one, joining Sioux Falls East post 15. As the two teams to be eliminated so far. That one's in there for a strike as well. Nelson's got 2 strikes on him, got to protect here. That one outside for a ball. Count is 2-2 to Nelson. 2-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3, pumped by him by Hayden Leidy. That brings Mark Kathol to the plate.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for Yankton, number 19, Mark Kathol.
Mark Kathol at the dish. I believe that's Trey Sager on deck now. First pitch to Kathol. This is high and tight for ball one. That one misses well. 2-0 count now to Kathol. Kathol loaded up, but he takes that one low for a strike. Hit the lower part of the zone. It's a 2-1 count now to Mark Kathol. That one in there as well. Strike 2 to Kathol. Just like that's a 2-2 count. Leidy, after going down 2-0, back-to-back strikes, trying to pump it by him. The 1-2, or 2-2. Misses the zone, 3-2. Count goes full. Leidy taking his time. He's set. He'll wheel and deal with the 2-2. That one fouled off. Kathol will keep fighting. The 2-2 to Kathol. Sent into left field. Getting under it is the left fielder. Diving effort made. It's past him. Kathol has that one down. He makes the turn at first. He's heading for 2. Mark Kathol with a double here. Not going quietly into the afternoon. A one-out double in the top of the 7th. Post 12's got a lot more to do. That's something that's nice to see. Trey Sager now at the plate.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for Yankton is number 10, Trey Sager.
Sean Turner is in the on-deck circle, another pinch hitter. And Leidy's going to step off. Trey Sager, his first at-bat of the tournament. Leidy comes set. Checks the runner at second. Kathol now fires home to Sager. That one's in there. It's strike 1. Leidy set for the 0-1. That one's in there as well. Strike 2. It's an 0-2 count now to Trey Sager. It's his first at bat. First time seeing Leidy. Trying to get a read on a couple pitches, and he finds himself down 0-2. That one just a touch outside. 1-2 count now from Hayden Leidy. Leidy has been exceptional today for Rapid City post 22. 3 walks to start the game, but since then, he has settled in well and pitched very well. Chopper to the third baseman. Kathl's going to get to third. Thrower to first in there in time. They get Sager at first. 2 down in the inning. Yankton's down to their final out. And that brings up Sean Turner.
Your attention, please. The pinch hitter for Yankton, number 2, Sean Turner.
Sean Turner batting in place of Tate Bestie, the left-handed hitter. predominantly a pitcher for Yankton Post 12, but has stepped into the batter's box when called upon before. Lighty with the 1-0 to Turner. Chopper back to the mound. Lighty up with it. This will do it if it's there in time, and it is. A 1-3 put out instinct. Rapid City Post 22 moving on in the consolation bracket. They win 9-2, getting a big win over Yankton Post 12. Post 12, sadly for us being from Yankton, it is Yankton's home team for KYNT, but just sad for any of these teams when they get sent home, ending their season here today with a 9-2 loss to Rapid City Post 22. That'll do it in this one. We're going to take a quick break on KYNTV, come back and break everything down in the post game. We'll take a look at the bracket and everything else you need to know as we're getting ready for 2 more games this evening. Still plenty of time left on day 2 of the Class A Legion Baseball State Tournament. We're going to be back in 60 seconds.
What's your big picture?
To actually have savings in my savings.
To pay at the pump.
To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait, to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun.
Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank & Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com.
Turn your clutter into cash right now at Brookings Auto Mall. Over the last few years, we've all purchased big-ticket items that are starting to collect dust. RVs, campers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, firearms, snowmobiles. We'll take anything in on trade. We will buy out your lease or loan with no penalties. Putting cash in your pocket has never been easier. Break free from those payments and let Brookings Auto Mall clean out your clutter. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of our record inventory. Always open at brookingsautomall.com.
Welcome back in here on KYNTV. Let's start to break down your post game here. Yankton Post 12 falls to Rapid City Post 22, 9-2 here on KYNTV. Post 22 moves on in the consolation bracket, trying to battle their way all the way back to the championship game. While Post 12 has their season come to an end here today at Bob Shelden Field in Brookings. Now, Post 12 is a team that we've covered all year long on KYNTV as well as KYNT, but with this state tournament on KYNTV, you don't usually have as much of emotional attachment to these teams ending their season. But Post 12, their season comes to an end, Bryce, and we'll talk about that first, and then we'll get into the stats for the game and look ahead for Rapid City, just because I know we got to make these a little quicker in these post games.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations to Post 22. And we're in a weird predicament, right, because we're covering the entire tournament. We're trying to be, call a good game and everything, but of course we also are, Yankton's home team. So, so it's sad that the Yankton season ended, but congratulations to Post 12 on a spectacular year. And they hosted the state tournament last year, came in as like the 3 seed, I believe it was. But this year, it felt a little extra special for them because they actually punched their ticket in the Super Regional. And a disappointing result here up in Brookings for Yankton, but still getting here is an accomplishment all on its own.
Hey, you are one of the 8 best teams in the state. That's nothing to sneeze at. You're coming out here, you're second team eliminated after Sioux Falls East Post 15, but you can't really hang your head on this season. It was a great year for Post 12. A lot of turnover year. A lot of their key players from last year graduated, moved on. Lucas Kampshoff, the biggest returner, and now they got to somehow find a way to replace him next year. But this is a great team, great group of seniors, great group of guys, and wish nothing but the best for them in the offseason and the guys who are returning. Best of luck next year.
As far as Yankton goes, Yankton football, here we go. And volleyball and soccer.
And volleyball and soccer and then basketball. We got everything for you on KYNT and KYNTV. That is, of course, for Yankton Athletics. But now, let's take the bias hat back off. We had to have our moment in the sun with Post 12 as they wrap up their season. But Rapid City Post 22, they are moving on. They will take on the loser of Game 7, which is coming up here shortly. That one's at 4 p.m. We'll talk more about that in your full post-game bracket review. KYNTV would like to recognize the corporate sponsors and partners of this state tournament. There are 2 of them, First Bank & Trust. First Bank & Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com or in person at 526th Street in Brookings, as well as Brookings Auto Mall. Visit Brookings Auto Mall today for a quick appraisal and take advantage of their record inventory. And, of course, they're always open at brookingsautomall.com. But let's take a look at the stats from this one for both teams. Rapid City Post 22 put up numbers early. 7 runs in the bottom of the inning number 1. They added 1 more in the bottom of the 4th and another in the bottom of the 5th to get to 9 total. Yankton Post 12, 1 run in the top of the 1st, 1 in the top of the 4th, and that's how they got to their 2 total on the game. Post 22 had 13 hits and no errors. Yankton had 4 hits and 1 error in this one. Hayden Leidy did a great job on the mound for Post 22, but we're going to start with Yankton's stats on the losing side of the game. In the hit column, Easton Feeser went 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. He is the only Yankton player to have multiple hits. Austin Goebel and Mark Cottle each had a hit as well, with Goebel adding an RBI. The rest of the team was held hitless, as Hayden Leidy did a great job on the mound. On the mound for Yankton, Owen Washon credited with the loss. 2/3 of an inning pitched. Just a tough day. Rapid City came out of the gates hot, and sometimes that just happened. Gave up 8 hits, 7 runs, all earned. No strikeouts, no walks. Samuel Goki came in first in relief. 4 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned, 1 strikeout, no walks. And Cale Gary came in for the last inning on the mound. 1 hit, no runs, no strikeouts, no walks over that inning. Washon threw 30 pitches, Goki threw 48, and Gary threw 10. Now for Rapid City Post 22, the victorious Hard Hats of Post 22. 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI for Aiden Roberts. Jace Morgan went 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Harrison Good, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Alex Dietrich, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Hayden Hollick, 1 for 4, a run score and an RBI. Excuse me here, sorry. Aaron Roach went 0 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI, as well as a strikeout. Tate Crossway went 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI. Phillip Bentz, 2 for 3, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. He had a busy day out there. And Dawson Inhofer, 3 for 3. Perfect day at the plate, 1 run scored and 1 RBI. On the mound, Hayden Leidy went the distance, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. He struck out 4 and he walked 4. And of those 4 walks, 3 of them were to the first 3 batters. Once he got settled in, Leidy really kept it going down the stretch and was able to propel this Post 22 team to victory.
No, absolutely. And Post 22, they might be doing some damage here later in the bracket, Brayden. They got upset by Brookings, and that just wasn't the kind of Post 22 that anyone really expects to see when you come into a state tournament. But I think maybe they've gotten their ducks in a row.
And it could have been the environment as well, because last night this place was rocking with Brookings fans. You're the nightcap, day 1, game 4 of the day. This Brookings, it was a different atmosphere for Brookings Post 74. I'm not trying to take away from Post 74 either with that, but that atmosphere might have got to Post 22 a little bit last night. They had to reevaluate themselves overnight. They came out swinging today, and they're going to be someone that nobody in the consolation bracket or potentially the champions bracket wants to see opposite of them for a matchup as we get down the stretch here. Time to take a look at that upcoming bracket. With this victory, Post 22 moves on to Game 9 of the tournament. That is the first game tomorrow, 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. They will face the loser of Game 7, which